Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit and I am Lord of the Arena. As you might imagine. Is there any other expectation? Of course not. That's not a good start. That is not an ideal start. Let's toss all of that. All of that goes away. And let's get something a bit more useful. There we go. Much better. Shame I'm going second. Well, first, in fact. But, yeah, whatever. So I get no turn one play, which I suppose is to be expected. But there you go. Oh, and it gives me Mountain Giant back. It really wants me to have that for some reason. Don't know why. Alright, so last session we managed to go 3-0 with the deck with some pretty potent plays. Able to keep creatures on the field, which is fantastic. Let's get the Knife Juggler out. There we go. This time around, we'll see if we can continue that. The joke, of course, is that if I go 3-0 in the first session, I'll go 0-3 in the second, but we shall see, we shall see. Alright, Swampoo's comes out, so I think we could just zap that, or we could play a 3-drop. Which do we want to do? Ah, Stormforged Axe, actually, so that's probably an even better idea. Play the Stormforged Axe and just kill it. There we go. Get rid of it straight away, which keeps my Knife Juggler alive for 3 damage right there. Gives me an overload for next turn, which is a little irritating. We'll see. If he plays another, I could just overload again, and then that lets me play a Harvest Golem next turn. It does keep me a little bit behind the curve, which I'm somewhat concerned about. A secret. Right, that could be bloody anything. It's going to be difficult to determine what that is. Very difficult. Vaporize a Mirror Entity is probably the most likely. I don't really want to stop attacking just on the basis of that. Let's toss a knife at him. There we go. I'm tempted just to zap him with that, but I could put out a lot of damage. The problem is that you really shouldn't be using that on a player, and we don't know what that is yet. But we've already done a decent amount of damage. I guess I'll do one more attack with the Stormforged Axe. Ah, it's an ice barrier. Great. That's useless. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, that's a pretty bad secret to have. If it was a Mirror Entity or a Vaporize, then obviously I'd lose something from that. Ice Barrier is just kind of keeping him in the game, which doesn't really make a lot of difference. So I have 1 charge left on my Stormforged Axe, and I have direct removal in the form of Lightning Bolt. So I'm pretty happy so far with my position. Alright, Ventureco is out. That could be a problem, but we're going to be able to very easily remove that, so I'm not really concerned about it. We'll use the Lightning Bolt, and then we'll just blast him. We can even play Chillwind Yeti as a follow-up, actually, so yeah, that works. Next turn, I don't really need 6 mana, so we're going to Lightning Bolt. I could... I don't really want to take the 7 damage. I think that's a slightly excessive amount, so I think we will trade. There we go. It's reasonable, I think. You know, I got decent value out of that guy. It's either I take a 7 damage hit, and some people might say, oh yeah, you should totally take that 7 damage because then you keep creatures on the field. This is true, but it is a 7 damage hit. You know, I'll take 3, maybe 4. 7 is where it gets a little bit excessive. Alright, so he's nuking that pretty hard, which is a sensible thing to do, considering it's about the only thing that I've got on the field that can do any damage right now, but that's okay. So we can play Windspeaker, which I'm not going to do because that's going to die next turn from his hero power. Raging Worgen, probably the best play right now, I think. And I'm not going to Wind Fury it just yet, I don't think. I'm trying to think, like, will I be able to play it next turn? Probably not. No, because I still... Well, I won't have an Overload next turn, but... Yeah, I think we just Totem here. There we go. Healing Totem. Nice. That's actually very useful. That's the totem I was hoping to get, because that keeps my Yeti alive. Unless he is forced to use another form of removal. So I'm okay with that. Better that than having him ping it with hero power. Okay, so next turn I have a Wind Fury possibility. In fact, I have a double Wind Fury possibility, which is quite nice. Unfortunately, I don't really have a way to trigger the Raging Worgen. But if I were to double Wind Fury, next turn I get 8 damage plus 6. 14, not too bad. But they are fairly weak creatures. Ah, Blizzard comes out, so... Well, that gets rid of that, so that's a really nice, efficient way of him using his Blizzard there. And unfortunately, it means he's also going to be able to ping that next turn, which kind of sucks. Okay, well, I think we play Gnomish Inventor then. Get ourselves a card, see what we get. Alright. Don't want to risk getting a Healing Totem again, because the chances of that are fairly low. But he has used a lot of removal already, which I'm pretty happy about. So, can't really do anything with this, and it's going to die next turn, which is pretty irritating. But I've got a bunch more creatures on the field, and a decent amount of card draw. But he has a card advantage right now. He even actually has a health advantage, which is a little irritating. Especially considering He hasn't really played much so far, but he's been able to use removal pretty well. Alright, we're going to Mountain Giant next turn if we want it. And hope that he doesn't have a polymorph. Spellbreaker comes out. Irritating. Very irritating, but such is the way of things. We got a Lightning Bolt, and we got the Fire Elemental. I think this time we'll play the Fire Elemental because it will directly remove that, so I'm pretty happy with that as a result. We'll go with that. There we go. We do have Wind Fury available, but I don't really want to use it yet. If this guy stays alive next turn, we could Wind Fury there. These guys are only doing 2 damage each, so the Wind Fury is not going to help too much. So, I'd rather save that for some of our bigger hitters there. And right now, there's no point in wasting the last charge of the axe. Rather keep a hold of that. It's nice to have a little threat there. Obviously, the longer I hold on to it, the more risk there is it either gets Harrison Jones'd or it gets oozed, but he's already used 1 ooze. And, you know, losing 1 charge and it's not that big deal. Okay, that could make a Flame Strike available. Here's hoping he doesn't have one. He has one. Irritating. Okay. That's really bad. Alright, well, I think we just get the best value out of that we can. First things first, we just kill that. No reason not to at this stage. And we can Wind Fury it for 12 damage. And I think then we play the Feral Spirit as well. It's either that or do I play the Mountain Giant? No, I really want to get that 12 damage out of him before he goes down. So I think we play the Wind Speaker here. And then we hit him twice and we play Feral Spirit and Totems. Bang, bang, Feral Spirit, Totem. There we go. Which gives us, please give me a healing totem. Yes! Fantastic. So, wow, he's now in a serious amount of trouble. Excellent. So, I actually still have a lightning bolt, which will let me do just a little bit more damage. Let's see. He's used a lot of removal so far. Does he have enough? Can he stop me from hitting him? Guess we'll find out. Alright, Fire Blasts that. What's his follow-up? Does he have an Arcane Explosion or something? He does! How many spells does this guy have? All of them. He can still die next turn. Now he can't. Oh, can he? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, he would have died. Ah, he... well, yeah. Will he? Maybe not. Okay, so Stormwind Champion is, well, that takes it up to 6, 10. Lightning Bolt for 3. I can take him down to 1. That's about the best that I can do. But that's not bad. It's hard to complain about that kind of result, so... we're gonna go with that, and then just beat him down to 1 health. Oh, yeah, he does die, because I buffed the totem. GG. Sweet. I'd say that went pretty well. Considering how many bloody spells and all of my stuff, it's like, when will he run out of removal? But thankfully that happened eventually. 4-0 so far on this deck. Not too bad at all. Pretty happy with it. And it shows that the deck isn't reliant on one gimmick either. Like, I won that really solidly. It was actually fairly one-sided. And I didn't use double Bloodlust or anything like that. No Bloodlust came out, no Flame Tongues, nothing like that. So, it's just a well-rounded deck in general. It works really, really well. It trades efficiently, it's got some good creatures in it, it's got some nice synergy, it's got some decent removal in form of spells, so it's hard to complain, really. Alright then. Okay, Hunter. Hunter's gonna be pretty dangerous. Keep the Flame Tongue. Keep the Golem. Toss the Creeper, I think. It's okay. Still don't get to do anything on turn 1, but this deck doesn't really have a lot of turn 1 plays anyway. Ah, Knife Juggler comes out as well. Alright. So that's good, because that's my turn 2. Last thing I want to do is play a Flame Tongue Totem on its own. That's pretty stupid. Scavenging Hyena. Annoyingly enough, trades with the Knife Juggler. Which is a little irritating. Do I want to let him? I kind of do, actually. I mean, or I just wait a turn and play the Harvest Golem. Alright, let's do that. So, he can eat that if he wants. I'd rather not trade where I don't have to. That was an error. Well, actually, it wasn't really an error. Yeah, it was an error. Okay, I made a mistake there. I shouldn't have let him do that. Because now the Harvest Golem is not going to trade with this, because what he's going to do is he's going to throw the Timberwolf at it, which is going to give it a buff. And then it's going to survive the encounter with the golem, which is exactly what I was hoping wouldn't happen. Alright, that was dumb. That was very dumb. I should have played the knife juggler and just traded. Alright, he's got an edge now. Alright, well... that'll buff it. Alright, so now the knife juggler is the correct play. And I hope that he doesn't actually have a way of removing it. Because that actually trades with both, even with the buff. So... we'll see. I mean, he may be able to just, like, throw it and unleash the hounds, or an arcane shot, or anything. There you go, unleash the hounds. So now he can trade that successfully with that and get a buff from it, which is awful. Critical misplay from me at the start is going to cost me the early game pretty heavily here. This is really not good. Okay, well, I don't have anything here which trades well with that. The only thing I think I can do is toss down a totem and hope that it is a taunt. I could play the wind speaker on its own, which is a terrible play, but it does trade. Or we can take a risk. Let's roll the dice. Excellent. Dice roll went in our favor. Okay. There we go. That's a little better. But I'm still behind heavily because I misplayed the early game. And I'm annoyed that I did. Ah, damn it. That's even worse. Now he kills the flame tongue if he's got any damn sense. Yeah, I think I've already just lost this. And it's all from that stupid play at the start of this game. I overvalued my creature there. I'm probably going to have to play a Chillwind Yeti now. I'm still taking heavy damage. I can't buff that in any way. Yeah, it's going to have to be the Yeti. Ah, sodding hell. I'm so stupid. I don't believe I let that guy get out of control with that creature. That was so dumb. So, the lesson learned from that is don't overvalue the knife juggler. And definitely do not underestimate that guy. Ah, deadly shot as well. I might as well just give this up right now. This is going horribly. It's amazing when you can just trace the terrible way a game goes based entirely on a misplay that you made on turn 2. Sodding hell. I think we just have to toss creatures out right now. Yeah, Raging Worgen trades with it. Harvest Golem doesn't. Unbound Elemental doesn't. Yeah. It's gonna have to hope for the best. I mean, I'm pretty much just gonna lose at this point. Getting down this low against a Hunter is really bad, because then he can just ping away at you over the next few turns, so... Yep, I threw that completely, and it was entirely my fault. I'm tempted just kind of to leave now, but... you never know what might happen the next couple of turns. It's unlikely I'm going to get out of this, though. I don't have anything else to say. I'm pissed off. What can I say? Oh, great. Brings out the Houndmaster as well, so we can now trade that properly with that, and I can't actually hit his bloody thing. Yeah, I mean, if he's got any sense, he'll just try and kill me right now. Gets rid of the Raging Worgen. That buffs that to a 7-4. Yeah, I think I'm just dead next turn, aren't I? Unless I get a taunt, I am actually dead next turn, so... Yep. Complete and totally miss... well, I can at least Abusive Sergeant and get rid of that. So I'm not completely... yeah, I'm still dead. Yeah, I'm still dead, because he then kills me with that and shots me, so... Yep, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot! I'm a complete moron. I let that happen. It's entirely my fault. Let's not do that again. I think that demonstrated really nicely the fallacy, I suppose, of bad card game players. And that fallacy is, oh, I better keep this in my hand until I can play it and keep it alive. No, tempo's more important. Cards are just means to get advantages on the board, and if you see the advantage early on, good luck catching up. Especially with my deck, because I have no area of effect removal, so... oh, great, we get the same guy. So, at least I know what's in his deck, and let's try and not muck it up this time. That would be nice. So, we'll toss these two, keep those two. We got a 1-drop, and we actually have a turn 1 Mana Wraith, which might be... That might be an okay play. That might mess with them. So, I think we'll coin Wraith. Alright, coin Wraith coming in. There we go. So, this is going to make things a little bit interesting for him. Because of now... Of course, now, if he was hoping to play a 2-drop, he can't. And I already know he hasn't got a 1-drop because he didn't play it. So, alright, he plays a Secret instead. That could be annoying, because that's probably an explosive trap. It's likely an explosive trap. The only other way to determine it would be to play a creature and see if it's a snipe. Do I want to play that Abusive Sergeant? It's a bit of a waste. If I'm going to end up losing that, but... Again, we had the same issue last time, remember? Don't make those assumptions. Alright, it's not a snipe. Okay, this is almost certainly an explosive trap. There's no way I'm going to be able to get around that, so I might as well just trigger it now. Yep, so that wiped 2 out. So again, a misplay. This guy is my anathema. I'm so terrible at this game. I just gave him 2 creatures for 1 trap. I should have just attacked him immediately instead. Now his Hyena comes out, and a Timberwolf to buff it as well. Even better. Same combo as last time. Difficult to deal with, but I do at least have Feral Spirits this time around, so that's a little better. Unfortunately, it's not going to kill that off because he's going to buff it. But I might be able to kill it off the turn after that with a Flame Tongue, so let's do that. Actually, yeah, I can kill it off. It's a double overload, but I can kill it off next turn with a Flame Tongue, so... It's okay. It's a better situation than last time. I should have attacked him with a Mana Wraith first. What am I even doing? I knew it was most likely going to be an explosive trap. You generally don't play a snipe at that stage. So I played another creature and let him wipe out both. I mean, what is wrong with me today? This guy has turned me into an idiot. That's what can happen. So, he's going to buff that up there to a 4-3, and then he's going to use it to kill one of the wolves. It's really as simple as that. Yep. Smart guy as well. Kills the one with the highest health. So, that is such a... Oh, and he kill commands that as well. We're going to have the same situation as last time, aren't we? I can play my Knife Juggler, and I can't use it to knife anything, which is infuriating, but it's really the best thing I can do. So, he's getting fantastic trades here. Things are going really well for him. If I hadn't overloaded last turn, I could have played Knife Juggler Flame Tongue, which would probably kill them. And there goes the deadly shot. At least he didn't get to use that on something more useful. And now it just beats me to death with this Hyena. And I don't really have many plays out of this. At least they're not beasts, so he won't get buffed from them. So, Direwolf Alpha Raging Worgen, Gnomish Inventor. I like Gnomish Inventor here because it doesn't trade for any of these. So, I think that's the best play. And that gets me a card at least as well. So, like, one of the only things I've got over him right now is a bit of a card advantage. So, we'll see if we can extend that lead. Animal Companion comes out. Please don't buff everything. Alright, it's a Huffer, so he's going to trade that. Which gets him a buff as well. You see how annoying this is? I don't have a Lightning Bolt when I need one, so I can't remove him. That happened last game as well. I just got no Lightning Bolts. Fire Elemental is probably... I'm going to have to Fire Elemental that sodding thing. I can't let it do any more damage to me. I'm already behind as it is. And I might still die because you just start pinging away at me. Alright, well at least that thing is off the board now. So I can start to try and come back from here. Tundra Rhino. Steady shot. Is he going to trade everything? No, he's going to rush me down. Alright. Which makes sense, because I don't have any taunt right now. I am dead next turn. Ah! No, I'm not. The dream lives, thank God. Alright. So what do we do from here? Well, we need that taunt. He has something who doesn't have another... Well, even if he has a deadly shot, it's a bit random anyway. Flame Tongue down, probably? Yeah. That would make the most sense. Okay, let's start eliminating crap from the board immediately. Starting with that. There we go. Okay, so I'm still dead in 3 turns, but if I can pull Bloodlusts and get a board advantage, I may be able to win. Let's see what happens. Oh, wonderful. He has a Spellbreaker. Of course he does. Of course he does. Of course. I'm dead. Pretty much dead. Silences that as well. Yep. It's a steady shot. I'm not dead this turn, but I'm dead next turn. I am terrible, and he is the luckiest man alive, I guess. Nah, he just completely outplayed me. I mean, it's really simple as that. I'm dead now. GG. Unless I can get rid of everything he has on the board. It doesn't matter, because I can't heal myself. GG. I hate myself. I just handed him those games on a silver platter. Alright, I'm gonna wait a little bit because I don't want to fight that guy again, but that was incredibly stupid. And I'm really disappointed in myself. Alright, let's try and salvage my stupidity against a warrior. Keep the Mana Tide, toss the Bloodlust, keep the Mana Wraith, I think. So, no turn 1, but we have turn 2 at least. Alright, let's see how it goes. Lightning Bolt. Keep that. Obviously. This is quite nice because with the Mana Wraith out, he's fairly unlikely to be able to play something that won't be killed by a Lightning Bolt, so I can get a pretty decent board advantage immediately. I'm beginning to like the Mana Wraith, actually. It's a little odd. Obviously, it's very deck dependent, but unfortunately, it does mean that it delays my Mana Tide totem by a turn. That does count as a minion, but it's not the worst thing ever. I mean, I could still summon another totem, and I also have that Lightning Bolt. He seems unhappy about that. I don't really blame him. It's a very annoying minion to play, because it basically screws with your plans, which is fine by me. So let's see what he does. See if he bothers to play anything. It's cool as well, because it can often force a lesser drop to come down, which you can then trade the Mana Wraith for, or you can just use a less costly method of removal. Alright, he's armoring up. Cool. So I have ward advantage now. Excellent. And I have a Wrath of Air totem for my Lightning Bolt, so let's see what he's got. If he's forced to coin to play a 3-cost minion, then that will be absolutely adorable, and then I could just Lightning Bolt the thing to death. Next turn is Mana Tide, most likely. Be nice to get that Unbound Elemental out before I use my Lightning Bolt, but I do have other Overload cards that could work with it. Alright, he's coining for a 3-cost. He's gonna love it. Let's see what he's got. Frothing Berserker. Dies immediately to Lightning Bolt. Fantastic. Just what we always wanted. Or we could Rock Biter it. But then I lose a minion. I don't need to lose a minion here. It's a little irritating because I don't get to play my Mana Tide totem, but I do have a decent amount of cards, so I don't really need to do that. So, zap! There we go. No Frothing Berserker for you. Hopefully you enjoyed using the coin on that. Sweet. Alright, not going to use the Rock Biter yet. It's very useful removal. I'd rather keep a hand on it. So, next turn's probably going to be Mana Tide, considering I'm overloaded right now. So, this has very much changed the game in a really weird way, hasn't it? Cool. And I have Rock Biter, so I can get rid of that. No big deal. Or I could just ignore it, which is fine for the moment, because I think I can get my Mana Tide down, and then I can Rock Biter the bastard next turn. So that works pretty well, I think. I also have Wind Fury in my hand, which is just wonderful. So down goes the Mana Tide totem, and we're just going to do damage to him right now, and he can beat up my Stone Claw. And then I can just get rid of that next turn. Can't get rid of it completely, of course, because it is a Harvest Golem, but it's okay.
Try this.
Oh, never mind. It looks like he... Let me guess. He's going to kill that Mana Wraith because he absolutely hates it. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Oh, he decided to kill the Wrath of Air. That's actually kind of surprising. But I guess he has what he needs on the board to kill everything I've got next turn, so that's fine by him, I suppose. Okay, so what's the best option coming out from here? No point in really Windfuring anything that I've got. At least I get a second card out of the Mana Tide, which means that it has paid for itself. I think the best option is probably Chillwind Yeti. Doesn't trade amazingly well, but it's alright. So it would kill the Weaponsmith, and then he would take a hit from it as well, probably. Or he could then use the Golem on it, which would also be a little annoying. I could buff with a Rock Biter here. I could buff myself and just kill something with that, which is probably the best idea. I can get rid of the Weaponsmith. So let's do that, because then that results in some pretty amusing stuff. So there we go. Buff that. Kill the Weaponsmith with it. So now he has 4 damage potential against a 5 health minion, which is just wonderful. And we'll keep the Mana Wraith alive for this turn. Just because it, again, limits what he can bring out. Taunt available for next turn as well. Cool. That's pretty good. So, he could work on my Mana Tide totem, but right now it's paid for itself. It's got me 2 cards, which means it's done what it's supposed to do, and then it can sink damage, which means that I can continue to kind of go on my glorious rampage here. But we'll see. We'll see. I certainly have the edge right now. No question about that, but that could change very rapidly. Let's see what he does. What is his plan? Okay. So that's Taunt. Direwolf Alpha in the center there. Alright, so the trades now work out better for him. He's going to use that against that, though, so my Chillwind Yeti gets to live, which is just wonderful. Exactly what I was hoping to do. Now, if he's got any sense, he'll hit the Chillwind Yeti, because that means the Yeti dies when I try and kill that Taunt. But he's not going to do that. Good. Very happy with that. So guess what we do? We're going to Wind Fury that and get a fantastic trade. Of course we are. What else would we do? Seems like the best idea. How are we going to Wind Fury it, though? We're going to actually Wind Fury it, or we're going to Wind Speaker it? Well, if I Wind Fury, that's going to leave me with enough mana for a Harvest Golem. If I Wind Speaker it, that gets a creature out in the field. I like the Harvest Golem option better. So we are going to Wind Fury that. And I could save a mana point here as well. So I'm going to save a mana point. So what we do is we hit that. There we go. Sweet. That takes that out. And we then use this to kill... we should probably kill that. I don't know, the Direwolf is pretty bad too. Now we can kill both. Yeah, when we should kill both. So, we use Chillwind Yeti against this. There we go. And then we use the Mana Wraith against his Direwolf. And that takes us now down to 3, which means that we can actually play the Fen Creeper. Which is alright. There we go. So that's a much better option in my opinion. If I had gone it the other way and played the creature first, it would have cost more. So that gets me a Fen Creeper out.
Give me a quest.
Questing Adventurer. Do I have any direct removal? Nope. I do have a Faceless Manipulator, which is always fun. Oh, that's going to be difficult to get to. Unless I pull a Lightning Bolt. Or a Fire Elemental. I would love either of those right now. That would be really nice. At least you can't play another card this turn, but this could get rapidly out of hand. Okay, you can't attack. That's good. Ah! The God deck. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. That is incredibly kind of you. Alright, great. This is a fantastic position. I think we'll play the Unbound Elemental here, so we can get the benefit. There we go. And we blast that, so that's gone. There's the Overload, takes it up to a 3-5, leaves us with a potential Wind Speaker Wind Fury play. Would we like to do that? Maybe. Not a bad idea. I don't want to beat 2 times on him, though, so I'm thinking we just Harvest Golem instead. There we go. Now, if I hit him, what's going to happen? I'm going to take 1 damage, which is going to take him down to 5. He will have enough damage to kill it. So I'm not going to hit it. Not right now. I'd rather not lose the Fen Creeper in an inefficient manner. I think there's maybe a better way. In fact, there is. I mean, next turn I can get my Stormwind Champion out, which means I can get rid of that Mogashan Warden far more efficiently without actually giving him the opportunity to bust his way through the taunt this turn. So, in this case, yes, I am delaying for a reason. Mortal Strike, so he just takes it out with that instead. Oh, it doesn't take it out completely. But he did do a lot of damage to it, so my plan is definitely going to disappear. Now he's going to use the Harvest Golem to kill that, which is definitely sensible. Gets a card out of it as well, so he's able to gain a little bit of an edge over me. But it's not the worst thing in the world. We can certainly take that Mogashan down. The main problem is he's going to get another card from it, which I definitely hate. Is he going to axe it? Yep. Smart play. Smart play. That means I'm going to lose that when I do this, but it's still going to work. It's just not quite going to work in the way that I hoped. Alright. So, my plan was Stormwind Champion here. But I'm thinking that's now not the best option. Because I can get rid of everything he's got on the board and not lose my Elemental. So, I'm going to Wind Speaker. There we go. So, what I then do is I do 1. I do have to lose something, one way or the other here. So, one way or the other, this is going to work out this way. So, that's that down. That kills that. And it does get him a card, which sucks, but then I play my Chillwind Yeti. Alright, board control. We have it. Let's see what he has as a follow-up. Stormwind Champion is available, so if I survive this turn, things are about to get really ugly for him. We can then Faceless Manipulate for double Stormwind Champion, which is not too bad, actually. And of course, if he plays something crazy, then Faceless Manip can come out. Stampeding Kodo doesn't do anything, so that's fine. That's not a good play at this stage. That's why I don't pick the Stampeding Kodo, because late game you can get in these really stupid positions where it's like, oh, I've got to play the Kodo, but it's not a good card, because I can't kill anything with it. Heroic Strike, so he's probably going to get rid of the Elemental if he's got any sense, I think. Yep, Elemental is targeted. So, yeah, that's the right play. Always kill the Wind Fury. Always. Oh, that's ugly. Okay, so he gets rid of my Wind Speaker as well. That's unexpected. Okay. Well, there's still all to play for in this game. Alright, well, I think Stormwind Champion. There's nothing I really want to duplicate right now, so Stormwind Champion Direwolf Alpha seems like the best bet at this stage. It's a little bit of a waste of that potential damage, but what else am I going to do? Totem and potentially get a... Yeah, it's not worth it, so... Here's hoping he doesn't have Brawl. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so I've got a bunch of good stuff on the field. Please don't pull Brawl and get rid of all of it. Ah, execute. His removal's been pretty good. I mean, I am slowly burning out of cards here. Arcanite Reaper comes out. What's he gonna hit? Well, he's gonna kill the wolf, obviously. I think we just dupe the... We dupe the Stormwind Champion here. That's probably the best play follow-up. Does he have anything else for the 2 mana? Probably not. He does. He has the Master Swordsmith, but that's not gonna help him. So, not right now, anyway. Okay, so we Behold the Might of Stormwind twice, I think. Seems like the way to do things. Can't play Cult Master right now because he has an Arcanite Reaper out, which means he removes it immediately. So, Behold the Might of Stormwind. Again. There we go. And that gets us a 3/3 totem, which is actually great. Alright, at this point we need to get into rushdown mode. I can't waste 7 damage worth on a 1 damage minion. So, we need to keep going. Alright, he does have that axe out, which definitely sucks. Alright, so he's played his entire hand now. I've definitely got an edge here. He can kill 1 Stormwind Champion. Not this turn, but at least I can set up the Cult Master to back this up. So if I'm going to lose it, then at least I'm going to lose it with benefits. So, and what I should also do as well... Actually, I don't have to lose it. Not this turn, anyway. Yeah, he's dead. He is utterly dead. Yep, completely and totally dead. There we go. Splat! GG. Back on the road. The road to victory. 5-3 the dream coming in right now. Let's play another. I just hope to get that same warrior again because my deck's pretty good against that. Come on. You gave me that damn hunter twice. Give me the same warrior. You know you want to. If that's how your matchmaking is going to work, at least let me get 6-3 out of it. What annoys me is this should be... I wouldn't say it would be by now a 7-0, but I did throw those 2 games. There's no question about that. Oh, a priest deck. Alright. Lord knows what this is going to be about. It could be ridiculous, and I probably don't have enough silence in the deck to deal with the absurd buffs that are coming our way, but... let's toss the Gnomish Inventor and hope just to get a 2-drop here. No, not what I was hoping for at all. Okay. Alright. Well, this is dreadful. That's not a good start. Because I can't play anything on turn 2 that can actually hit anything. So, that's not ideal. The only good possibility is the Flame Tongue Totem goes down, and I end up getting a Stone Claw as the totem that I summon the turn afterwards. But even then, that's not great. Okay, so really bad start. Thankfully, he wasn't able to play anything, so at least we can Direwolf Alpha now. There we go. So let's start off with that. That's something that can actually fight, as opposed to a Flame Tongue Totem that can be silenced by an owl very easily. If you silence that, at least it can still hit something. Holy Smite. Screw you. Alright. Never mind. Unbound Elemental? Yeah, think so. Because then I can play the Flame Tongue next turn and get a 4 damage hit out of it, if need be. And if it is not needed, we can play Chillwind Yeti. What's he going to do to it? Is it Powered Shield, I guess? That's pretty irritating. Because I can't actually get rid of that without giving him 2 cards. Infuriating. Such is the way of it, though. So I think we just play the Yeti. I'm trying to think if there was a way of getting rid of that. Yes, there is, actually. Yeah, I can get rid of it without using 2 cards, without giving him 2 cards. I can get rid of it with 1. So what we do is we Flame Tongue and then we Rock Biter. And we Rock Biter on him. So that kills him immediately and leaves him with only a card, which is totally fine. It does mean that the 7 damage that I just threw, that's very easily... Actually, it's not easily silenced, because that's only really a 1-turn benefit, and you can't silence the Flame Tongue's benefit, you can only silence the Flame Tongue. So that's okay. It was either that or he gets multiple cards out of that, which I'm not okay with. So, yep. Speaking of silence, there comes the Spellbreaker, which ruins everything. Alright. So, we cannot efficiently trade for that, which is awful. I don't have any Overload, which would really help me here. I think the Yeti is probably the only option. I'm annoyed that that's going to trade well. Either that or we Cult Master, but then the Cult Master just dies, so it's not a... yeah. Shame I burnt all my buffs there. Shame I did. Okay. The other possibility is that we hope to pull a Stoneclaw, but I don't like hoping to pull anything, so I think Yeti is the best play. And we just hit him, which of course is going to immediately heal. So, you know, the Spellbreaker. This is why a Spellbreaker is really good, because you ruin cards like that, and then you get a good trade and it stays alive, which is awful. Ugh. God, that's infuriating. And he's going to be able to heal it as well. Even worse. I'll probably... I have to take my Yeti down to 1 in order to get rid of it, and it's already paid for itself. No argument about that. We can Wind Speaker on the Yeti, but then it immediately dies the turn after that. Which is also not ideal. And we're talking about Cult Master again, we can't play that really without Taunt. It does have its limitations. So, what are the other options we have here? Play another Yeti? Probably just play another Yeti and a Totem. I think that seems like the only way around this. Even a Healing Totem is not actually going to help me too much here. Or I could play the Gnomish Inventor. Yeah, let's play the Inventor, actually, because I am lacking cards-wise, which I don't really like. Abusive Sergeant might be useful at some point. Healing Totem, not going to help, unfortunately, because that still does 2 damage. But, yeah, I mean, he'll happily trade the Golem out for that. Then at least I could use the Gnomish Inventor to kill the second Golem. But that does leave me in a pretty bad position, because I don't have much on the field that's actually useful. Oh, just to make matters even worse, Holy Nova. Now he's going to kill everything I have. And he's not even going to lose his Golem. Ouch. Well, at least I get Abusive Sergeant and kill that, which is a plus. Which, it doesn't even kill everything that's on the board, but... Cult Master's not really going to help too much, because, again, I'm only going to get 1 card out of it, and then he's just going to trade the Golem. So, I think we play another Yeti at that point. So, we Abusive Sergeant there, at least to make use of the bloody thing. We then kill that, gets rid of it, which then leaves us with Chillwind Yeti, and I don't want to play Mana Tide right now. Actually, I really do want to play Mana Tide right now, and hope that he can't do the damage to get rid of it. No, Chillwind Yeti. It's the more sensible play. If he has any means of getting rid of that Mana Tide whatsoever, and I can't get the best value out of it, then it's not really worth playing. I need 2 cards from either of these. I need to be able to pretty much guarantee myself 2 cards. Or in the case of the Cult Master, a trade and a card. That's okay. But I'd prefer 2 cards than a trade, obviously. He has a massive card advantage on me right now, so that's going to be a problem. But I may be able to get the Mana Tide out next turn. He has 7 mana, though. He's got to be able to play something. The question is, what is he going to play? Oh, Reckless Rocketeer. Alright, so he gets rid of my Yeti. So we're going to reset the board again, by the looks of it. Which is actually still fine, because then I can play Cult Master and Mana Tide and get a bunch of cards, and he won't really be able to do anything about it. So, yep. Cult Master. Mana Tide. Trade. There we go. That's the situation we were looking for. And I get a card at the end of the turn. So the hope is that he's not able to get rid of these. If he can't get rid of these this turn, then I will catch right back up to him in cards. So that's okay. Can also be annoying and faceless manip the Mana Tide, just for laughs. Admittedly, I'd probably do it on the Cult Master instead. At least that can then fight, but... Let's see. Does he have any silence? He's a priest. You usually do. But if he had Mass Dispel, he'd have probably played it by now. He absolutely want to do that on those cards. Let's see what his solution to this is. Bear in mind, I have a Lightning Bolt in my hand as well, so I may be able to keep these alive for even longer, which would be wonderful. Not much damage has been done so far. And we're equal in terms of card draw at this point, so actually the game really hasn't gone anywhere, which is very often the case when playing against priests. Acidic Swampoos, alright, so none of these cards are actually going to help you too much, which is a wonderful thing. So, Lightning Bolt, I do have Wind Speaker as an option there. Faceless Manipulator. Out comes the Light Spawn, alright, that's nasty. Mana Wraith, not quite what I was looking for here. Alright, so he plays a bunch of nasty creatures and I don't have a lot of AoE. So those are always problems. We could Faceless Manip, and then we can Lightning Bolt that. He still has a 5/5 Light Spawn. However, I can, of course, reduce the ability of that Light Spawn to kill all my stuff. That's what the hell am I talking about? How am I going to deal with this? So, I mean, we Lightning Bolt the Ooze, maybe. No, I'd Lightning Bolt the Wolf. Probably more viable, isn't it? Faceless Manipulator on what, though? Because we're going to lose all our stuff next turn. The alternative is we play that Mountain Giant and we just Lightning Bolt and then kind of hope for the best. Which is not the worst idea ever. Is there a better trading option? I don't see one. We're going to lose this next turn anyway. Okay, Mountain Giant. And Lightning Bolt. What do we Lightning Bolt? What do we Lightning Bolt? I think we just Lightning Bolt that. Just to weaken it. And then we trade this for this. Then he could just heal it, though. So, maybe that wasn't the best idea. Yeah, that was actually pretty stupid. I got horribly confused. It was either like I could Faceless Manipulator again. Oh, he has Mind Control! I forgot that that existed. Yes, it's a thing. Okay, this is disastrous. I was about to say at least he can't heal that, but he's about to Power Word Shield it, so it doesn't matter. Priests. Nothing worse than priests right now. Alright, this is potentially dreadful. It's not even just potentially dreadful, it is dreadful. We're gonna have to clone our own sodding giant. Stormwind Champion is a terrible card to play right now. There we go. Hello. I am the giant that I just bought last turn. And then Mana Wraith Totem is really all we got at this point. Healing Totem. Useless! Completely useless. So he's now going to trade my giant for his giant, which wasted a card of mine, but it wasted a card of his, but still leaves him with a board advantage. I hate him. I hate every fiber of him. Don't you dare. Don't you dare have another mind control. If you have another mind control, that would just be awful. Come on. Get your consideration over and done with, thank you very much. Holy Nova wipes me down to that, and then he just kills him with a Light Spawn. Screw you! Oh, he doesn't even want to do that. That's beneath him. Right. Oh, God. This is what I was telling you. Priests are just stupid. I'm sorry. They are really stupid. Look at that. Just like this. Oh, I hate priests. There is not a deck with as much bullshit in it as priests right now. Screw everything about what just happened. God damn it. Oh well. It's almost like what fighting a rogue was pre-patch. It doesn't really count as a loss. I wish. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit. The misery continues. I'll see you next time.